Judith Owen, welcome to noise11.com. I am so looking forward to having you back in Australia, because last time we were rudely interrupted by, some international health incident.
Oh, I don't know what that was. It was so rude.
You were on your way.
Rude.
In fact, had you already arrived in Australia and had to go home?
Yeah, I'd got to do the Port Fairy Festival, and then it was honestly, if you're gonna stop on a high, truly playing the Sydney Opera House, in the gorgeous classical room that they have there, is one of the great things to stop on. I have to say, the fact that I can actually say, I play the Sydney Opera House, thank you so much, bye. So it was massively interrupted, because suddenly, of course, the world stopped, and off we all went, and I was on one of the last flights out. It was all very nerve-wracking, but got out and returned to New Orleans and started my my jazz odyssey, I like to call it. But I started making a couple of dreams come true. I think, when you're forced to stop in life, when you're forced to actually, stand still for a minute, because I'm just like a whirling dervish. I don't stop working. I'm a workaholic. But when you are forced to stop, sometimes it's a good thing, because then you can actually ask yourself, what is it that you'd really like to do? What are the things that you've been putting off? What is the stuff that you really like to record and really like to get done? And I'd had this dream since I was a child, really, of recording the songs and the music of the women who influenced me hugely as a kid. These really amazing, unapologetic, badass women from the 40s and 50s, jazz and blues in America, and that's what I got to do, and that's what I'm bringing. That's what I'm bringing back to Australia, and it's about time, because I have missed you all so much. I'm sure you think that I just say this because I just say it, but in order to curry love and favor. But Paul, how much I love Australia.
Oh, yes. And you've been down here many, many times, and
yes,
had some great times in some great venues too, and that will be happening again, Sydney, Melbourne, and the Adelaide Festival, of course. Tell me about the band that you will be bringing with you. You on your live album, they're called the Gentlemen Callers. In Australia, it's just the Callers. Couldn't you find any gentlemen in Australia?
No, that's the reason I dropped the gentleman, really, is because I realized very, very late in the day that they weren't gentlemen, and neither did they call me. But hey, one has to hold on to something. So the Callers just made me laugh. They are still the Gentlemen Callers, but we kept it short for Australia. The Callers seemed like Judith Owen and the Callers. It's really a nice name to me. They're stars, Paul. They are New Orleans stars. Originally, when I was asked, so thrilled to be doing the Adelaide Festival again, and I thought, I'll bring a few of them, because it's going to just be prohibitive. So I'll just bring a couple, and as it got closer, I thought, well, if I'm coming all the way to Australia, doing a show that's about these women that I grew up loving, and if I'm really wanting to do something that's totally special, and as special as the records, as special as all the shows that I've been doing, I'd rather do a few more shows, pull it all together, have a mini tour, and bring the real guys over. And so that's what I decided to do, because honestly, seeing them hearing them is a joy like no other. I mean, I'm fans of them all, and they're all individual artists in their own right, and together we make the most unlikely group of people, with me as the woman in the front and the woman in charge. But these are truly some of the finest players I've ever come across in my life, and that's saying a lot. I play with a lot of people, and I know a lot of tremendous musicians. These wonderful gentlemen, they just blow the roof off every single time that we play. So it's they as they say, they have to match up to me, because I'm a bit of an Energizer bunny. I don't know if you have Energizer bunnies over there.
Yes,
but,
we do. We
you do. Then
yes.
I'll just say I have energy to spare, and I believe in putting on a real kind of heart-thumping show. And I think really that's what New Orleans is all about. It's about music, it's about sexiness, it's about joy, it's about thrilling virtuosity. But it's music, and it's the style of music is music that makes you smile, and you know that the people playing it are smiling inside too, and that's really something special.
Yeah.
And I'm fortunate enough to be privy to this, but living here. But now I get to bring it to Australia. So I can tell you the names of some of these guys that there. In fact, I have an Australian.
You do have an Australian. I was going to say you have an Australian in the band.
I have David Blenkhorn, mate.
David Blenkhorn.
Blenkhorn.
Where's David Blenkhorn? Where's Davey Blenkhorn from?
David Blenkhorn. Well, of all things, I believe Tamworth is the country capital of Australia. That's what he's told me.
That's true.
And he had to leave. Because why? Because he's a jazzer. Because he's a Django Reinhardt jazzing uber star with some incredible blues, jazz, rock licks that you can't believe. He now lives in France, in Bordeaux. He's with me here now in New Orleans because I'm recording new music and rehearsing new stuff. So he is an extraordinary player, and thanks to the wonderful David Blenkhorn, I got to Davo. I got to add the Sydney show with the fabulous James Morrison, who is my special featured guest, who I'm so looking forward to working with. He's just wonderful. So it's going to be a thrilling little run. It really is.
Yeah, James Morrison is a legend.
He's a legend in Australia. The fact that I get to be on the stage with James Morrison and to have that man be my featured special VIP, whatever you want to call it, guest, is really, it's just wonderful. It's wonderful. It's I've only ever been shown great love by the people of Australia, and the audiences have always been so incredible to me. So I do feel good coming back with a stride, my friend, with a bit of a stride. And I've also got this incredible, another bit of a star on drums is the fabulous Jamison Ross, who just won a Grammy for producing a R&B in the R&B category, best album. And he's a Snarky Puppy drummer, and he also is working with John Cleary, who's also here and big, beloved in Australia as well. But Jamison is really something magical and incredible. The horn players that I have, Kevin Lewis on flugelhorn and cornet, and Ricardo Pascal on saxophone, are they kind of almost aren't words for how thrilling they are. They really Kevin brings New Orleans. He's born and bred and just has this sense of history and just the legacy, what you expect. But then he's also got Dizzy and Miles in there too. It's a thrilling thing to be privy to. And Ricardo just, honestly, if you were ever thinking of having a baby, then maybe come and see the show, just because you'll definitely, once you've heard a Ricardo Pascal solo, you will be having sex that night. You will be having a baby. Is that too much?
At the show?
At the show.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody can contain themselves, Paul. I think at the show, there's going to be baby making.
Hey, you in the third row, put it back in your pants.
Put it back. Come on now. There's a time and a place. They didn't say get a seat. They said get a room. So I just, I do. He makes me laugh because he's such a studious, fantastic guy. And he's wonderful. But honestly, those solos, all of the whole band just go, oh, good grief. It's like, whoo. So just warning you.
Yeah. There's no seats at this show, only beds.
Only beds. And I could get worse, but I'm gonna rein myself in. Although, why am I bothering? It's Australia. You'll understand. I actually have a term for him. I once called him live at a show. I called him the ovulation station. We all laughed so hard. I haven't brought that one up since, just because we laughed too hard and everybody actually couldn't play anymore. So I try to keep away from that particular line, but it's hard. Anyway, and then David Torkanowsky on piano, unbelievable pianist. Oh my God. Lex Warshawsky on double bass. He's like how can somebody in their 20s sound like Ray Brown? I just don't know. But the man's he's got chops and pocket and pulse like I've never heard. So I bet you what you can tell from all of this is killer band. And I get to be that big woman in front of them. It's kind of exciting.
You've actually got a 30th anniversary coming up next year. Emotional Postcard was released in 1996. Are you going to be marking the occasion in any way?
Oh, no, I'm not. I might do a show. Now that you mention it, I might do a show in New Orleans of those songs, reimagined, doing them as I am now, doing them with this band, which is some part of the joy of actually looking back at stuff. But I have to say, I'm not somebody that looks back. I'm always looking forward and looking. I'm excited about what's coming. I'm excited about what's next. And so if I ever redo anything from my past, from my catalog, I have to kind of reinvent it or rediscover it, because I like what's down the road so much more than what's behind me. I don't even listen to once I have recorded a record, once I've finished in the studio, I never ever listen to anything that I've done. So whenever I hear stuff on the radio, whenever I hear things that people are playing, I'm always happy to say I'm always nicely surprised that it sounds as good as it does. I'm always in shock because, I think any artist worth their weight usually has a very healthy dose of self-loathing. It just comes with the territory, and it's not so, that kind of. What's the word I'm looking for? There's a term when you have oh gosh, this is not what you want to be doing in an interview, is forgetting. Oh, imposter syndrome. There it is. That kind of works well, doesn't it, with my hesitation? When you have imposter syndrome, it's something that I've never met an artist that doesn't have it, and so it's kind of nice when you do hear stuff and think, oh, that sounds fantastic. Oh, I love it. I also will tell you right now that I never read anything that's written about me. I don't read reviews. I don't do I don't do anything like that. I don't. I have no interest in reading anything about myself, probably because I always think, again, I'm scared that they're going to say something that's going to just, make me unravel, because underneath all confident people, usually, or overly confident, or people that seem to have be highly adept and confident, particularly on stage, there's usually someone hiding underneath who is far from being incredibly confident. So I know what is, I'm very good at keeping my mental health, so that I never want to be up myself, full of myself, reading stuff that's very doubtful. My imposter syndrome is big enough that it'll always keep me under control. But you know what I mean? I don't want to read anything that will either ignite the massive seeds of doubt that are there, or make me a pain in the ass. I mean, I just really have always felt very grateful and for the career that I have, but also for being able to do what I do, and the fact that it just seems to get better and stronger and build. It's just that slow burn. That's the road that I took, that I'm on, and so I am always delighted. I'm always amazed. I'm always delighted when I feel that love or feel that appreciation, and so it keeps you, I guess, it keeps you hungry. It keeps you hungry. It keeps you wanting to improve. It keeps you wanting to push forward. It keeps you wanting to always be, sort of improving and learning and growing. And I think that maybe is the trick to enjoying life as an artist. Or I had this conversation with Richard Thompson, the fabulous Richard Thompson, who kind of agreed with me when I first met him, and I was friends with his son Teddy, and we became great friends. We worked an awful lot together over the years, and Richard was always of the belief, and I tend to agree with him, that it's the yearning for something, it's the working towards something, it's the wanting, it's the journey, it's the need that keeps you healthy and sane. It's not the sort of achieving it and sitting there going, I got it. That really doesn't do that does not make a healthy person. It's sort of, we're all like, I think we're all just scratching the surface, and our entire lives. I think we're here to be constantly learning and constantly improving. That's how I see it, anyway.
Yeah, you keep it genuine when you treat yourself like that.
Yeah, and to be, genuinely, to be authentic, yourself, but also to be really grateful for you. That's what I mean. I am so the antithesis of cool. It's shocking. I know people. It's amazing when people say, "Oh my God, you look so cool. Look how cool. Look at the way you dress." It's like, and now I've got this rash of young women who come up to me after shows and say, "I want to be you when I grow up." To which what I'm thinking is, me too. So it always makes me laugh, because I always feel like I'm just thrown together. But I think it's all the smoke and mirrors, but that's the point of being on stage. That's the point of looking a certain way, of making the effort, of really wanting it to be special and different. It's nothing more than an exercise in when you're on stage. Anyway, like I said, it's an exercise in confidence. Yeah. It really is. It is. I mean, God knows what you're like when you get off. Usually. That's why I always say, it's like, if only I could be this person when I'm off stage, I would have a much happier life. But when I'm on stage, I am in heaven. Such a short question, I know.
Yeah. Tell me this. Will we be seeing you in the new Spinal Tap movie?
Oh, for God's sake. You know how to hit low and hurt, Paul. No.
No.
What you will hear is my voice, my speaking voice. And I'm not saying where, but you hear me for a few seconds, maybe 20 seconds, you'll hear my voice. So big fans of Spinal Tap. What I can tell you, however, is that, there's a kind of understanding. There is, I suppose there's an unspoken agreement that the tap wives don't nudge in, we don't nudge in. I'm a ringer, so I'm actually, it's what I do. Then you've got Jamie Lee, who was like a superstar, and now an Oscar winner, blah, blah, blah. So, seeing her, it would take you right out of, it would pull focus in a big way. So I think that we always laugh about this, but because we're all like, hello, we're waving from the sidelines, hi, but no, that would never happen. And it's healthy also to keep that separation. But I'm being deadly serious when I tell you that this is a great film. And I was, it was made here in New Orleans, and I was here for the whole of the filming, and it was really, really spectacular. It was last year, and it's very funny. And I know that these are high stakes when you're following one of the biggest cult movies of all time. I mean, it's sort of like, oh no, is this gonna leave the fans just ranting and wishing it hadn't happened? I mean, but this is a very funny and great follow-up. I think Spinal Tap fans are going to be very happy with what they see already.
And how exciting to have a Spinal Tap movie and a new Naked Gun in the same year.
I did not know about the Naked Gun.
Oh, you go and have a look at the trailer for Naked Gun.
You've kind of pushed me over the edge
with Liam Neeson.
No!
Yes. After this, go and have a look at the trailer.
Oh my God.
It is hilarious.
Liam Neeson, what a great choice, because honestly, hadn't he done one too many, I'm totally Irish and I'm totally deep and I'm murdering people by the bushel. He'd done all those, like, I'm just going to slaughter everyone I see movies in the name of whatever, and of my daughter. And how right to get a, mumbling, breathy, sort of super Celtic god to do that role. I think that's very funny and very well chosen. I'm excited now. I didn't know. Where have I been?
Well, it only announced last week, so yeah.
How you torture me. So yeah, I'm on the inside. I'm on the inside scoop with Spinal Tap, but I know nothing about Naked Gun. And let's be honest, don't we all love Naked Gun? We all love those films.
Absolutely.
So brilliant. So I'm excited now.
Yep.
I'm excited.
Well, I'm excited. We're going to see you in June in Australia, in Melbourne, at the Paris Cat Jazz Club, where we saw you last time. And that wonderful club.
I love that
Melbourne.
place. Yeah. And
in Sydney with James Morrison and the Adelaide Cabaret Festival for a couple of nights. So is Harry coming down with you?
He's not. This is like he's finishing up the Spinal Tap album, the Spinal Tap record, actual songs that are being recorded. They're being finished up, and then June, all that has to be that's pretty much the last deadline, and then they're gearing up to do all the promo stuff starting in June, July, August, and then it comes out in September. So he's already working hard on those things. So I get to bounce down to Australia, which I'm so looking forward to. I really, really am. And I remember, I just about remember the Jazz Cat. Yeah, it is the Jazz Cat, isn't it?
Yeah, you were there with Leland and Harry played bass. Yeah,
that's right. When we came over to the Adelaide Festival the first time. Yeah. I'm thoroughly excited. And Adelaide, how great. I'm really looking forward to that, and seeing some friends that are there. I know that the fabulous Jacob Collier is coming in to do a couple of nights there too, which is fabulous. So it's going to be kind of nice seeing people that I'm that I know that I'm friends with. It's going to be a lot of fun. But I'm excited to bring this music for. I'm excited to bring these brilliant songs. This wonderful band, but basically to be bringing this music to Australia. I think it's going to be an exciting experience. I really do. And then now I can come back. I can come back like I used to come back, yearly, which would be a really nice.
Which would be great, as it should be.
Oh boy, as it should be. I mean, that was just the thing that shall not be spoken of. Really threw us all into a bit of a shocker. However, like I said, nice things came out of it for me, and this is a wonderful thing that came from it. So now I get to come back.
Exciting news. It's been great to have you here at Noise 11 again, Judith.
Oh, it's so nice to see your face and to talk to you again. I mean, I really look forward to seeing you and all my pals. So exciting times ahead. Only a couple of months away.
We'll be here.
And you know what, Paul? I'm going to share with you right now, and you're the first person to hear this. I am preparing some very famous Australian smash hits.
Oh, fantastic.
In my own inimitable way with the band just for Australia. And if it comes across the way I think it will come across, I might even record them prior to coming down so that they're available streaming wise. But yeah, I want to do something that is particular to June. So that's being done as we speak.
Thank you. See you in a few months.
Can't wait.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
Bye, my
Bye
love.
bye.